Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am standing on a dry creek bed in the mountains of Colorado, and this spot is actually historically significant. This is where John Hamilton Gregory, he followed the creek up, he found gold right here. I mean, basically in this area he found like hard rock gold ore and some placer deposits. They were digging here and basically founded Black Hawk and Central City, Colorado, which started the Colorado Gold Rush back in May of 1859. And we're actually standing here, and I thought this would be an awesome place to make a video and do some gold prospecting. I found this spot in Kevin Singel's Finding Gold in Colorado series of books. If you want to know the exact location, I'll link those books below. But there's no water here, obviously, so we're gonna have to improvise a little bit. But yeah, first I guess I'll show you the tools I'm using and we'll get to digging. Okay, so I do have my gold pan and I have all my regular stuff that I normally bring, but we're not gonna be using that today. Although we could do some dry panning here, we're gonna process everything at home that we collect. So basically all I have is my crevicing kit, hammer, pry bar, little brush, little shovel, spoon, screwdriver, stuff like that. So we're gonna go around, we're gonna see where there's any crevices or any metal settling down in between rocks and stuff on this dry creek bed. We'll get whatever we can collect and put it in this bucket, and we'll process everything at home. All right, so I think I found a pretty good spot. Right here we have a big permanent rock, and behind it we have a bunch of other rocks that are kind of solidified in here. And there's also metal. There's like nails. This is a metal spike right here. I want to dig down underneath where the metal is, and since this metal dropped out, that means that other metal like gold also most likely have dropped out. I can also see black sand right here. So I think right in here, I'm going to move these rocks out of the way. We'll dig down, and yeah, there's some more metal right there. I think this is going to be a good spot. So I just found this right over here as well. I don't know if that's considered litter or not. I'm just gonna leave it here. A lot of the rocks here have a lot of mineralization here. This is quartz. It's like degraded quartz bedrock. It's very possible if you crush this up, you could find some free mill gold in there. All right, so I moved a bunch of those boulders out of the way, and what I decided to do was to just bring my 1/2-inch arbor fabricating classifier down here in a bucket. And I'm just gonna take some of this material right here home, because I noticed there's so much black sand in it, it looks really concentrated, and there's no real crevices here. So I figured, you know, why not? I'll take some of this home, we'll process this, and we'll see what we get. This might be a really good spot. Like you can see there's a lot of like reddish color in there. That means there's more iron down here. By the way, these arbor fabricating classifiers are great. If you want one, I have a link down below for a discount if you want to get one. I highly recommend it. They last forever, unless you lose it. All right guys, I got one bucket of material from this hole down here. I think one full bucket of this is good enough to see if there's actually any gold in it. I actually dug this thing along with some other metal pieces out of this hole, and there's still room to go. All right guys, I have a little surprise. I do want to do some crevicing today, and I know of a spot where there are some crevices in a gold bearing area. So let's head over there, we'll do some crevicing, and maybe we'll get lucky. All right, so right here at my feet, there's some bedrock here with some nice gaps in it. Hopefully I'm strong enough to rip some of those apart with my pry bar. Also under my feet, also up here a little bit, there's more. So yeah, any of these could trap gold, and I know they haven't been broken apart because they're still here, right? So let's see what we can do. I probably won't get too much material. If I'm lucky, I'll get a pan full. But yeah, let's get to it. There's actually a nice one right here by timber. This one here seems pretty doable. Definitely. So all the material that comes from under here, it's all going to be good stuff. I mean, it would not surprise me to see gold on the surface down here. So pretty much I'm just going to clean all of that out and take it with us. I'll keep it separate so we can pan it separately later. This is all the good stuff right here. I'm going to collect as much as possible. It's not going to be a lot of material. I might do another crevice just to get some more. But yeah, that's all the good stuff right there. Bedrock, little chunks of bedrock and everything. All right, I'll do this off camera. It's going to take a little while, and maybe we'll hit another crevice too. All right, this is crevice number 2 here. I know this one's loose. Look at that. Oh, this will be great. All right, so I want to scrape off everything on the bottom of this, everything in here, and then I'm going to try to get this one, maybe this one, and maybe this one. When you're scraping crevices like this, you need to make sure that you get down as far as humanly possible, and then you have to go further than that, because the gold likes to get into the impossibly tight cracks. So just a little pointer there. All right, we got this crevice here and all this pretty much cleaned out. I couldn't get 100%, but I don't have any water, so this is the best I could do with my brush and my spoon. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and process all this back at the panel station. Okay, we are back at the shop, and here we have our crevice material. And right here, we have our large bucket. It's about 3/4 of the way full of seriously black, rich, heavy river bottom gold concentrates. So what I'm gonna do first is I need to concentrate this down to a smaller amount. Normally I'd use my recirculating sluice, but my larger recirculating sluice box is actually broken. I only have the smaller one for doing concentrates. So I'm gonna have to, instead of using the sluice box, I'm gonna use the Garrett Super Sluice Gold Pan. I could rip through an entire bucket with maybe 3 or 4 pans of this. So we'll do that on the backyard first, and then we'll process the concentrates. All right, we got a lot of material. So I have a big Tupperware here. I'm just gonna put a squirt of Jet Dry in there. And this is my bucket. I'm gonna go ahead and dump a bunch of this directly into my gold pan. And then just basically pan this down and repeat that process until all I have left is a small amount in this bucket right here. So right about here, I'm down at the black sands already. This is where I'm gonna start collecting it. I need a squirt bottle. All right, I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'll also do the crevice material while I'm out here. So this is the plus 1/4 inch classification of the crevice material, and I thought I would film it just in case there's any nuggets in here. Because if I'm gonna find a nugget, this is gonna be where it is. And unfortunately, no plus 1/4 inch nuggets. All right guys, spoiler alert. This is the crevice material. There wasn't much, so when I concentrated it down, this is pretty much all I had. And the camera was not running while I decided to pan it back just to see. I got impatient. I wanted to see if there was any gold. And when I pan this back, you'll see, well, I mean, actually you won't see, because there is no gold at all in that entire, which I would have bet a paycheck on that there was going to be gold in it. There was no gold in that crevice. So I panned out the crevice stuff first, and I thought for sure we would have more gold in the crevice stuff than the other stuff. So I don't have high hopes for the other material. There's a lot more of it. We're gonna run it through the sluice box and concentrate it down to like one pan like this. But unfortunately, yeah, timber, well, there's a little piece of flour gold right there. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. There's a little piece right there. Timber's crying. He knows. Anyway, that's enough to just throw back. So we'll pan out the other stuff, and we'll sluice out the other stuff, and then we'll pan it out and see if we got anything there. Don't keep your hopes up though. All right, first things first, this is fresh water, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of jet dry in there. And we'll go ahead and start scooping this in. This is all wet. Obviously, I just processed it down to this amount from one full bucket, but it's mostly black sand. So again, like if there's no gold in this, I'll be not as surprised, but I will still be surprised. If I see anything in the riffles up here, I will be excited and I will let you know. All right, I've got it all run through the sluice. I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the sluice box. And we'll take a look at it in the pan. Nice, all right, so we have the material here in a Garrett Super Sluice Gold pan. These things are huge, and Crusty Rusty's too small to pan into, so we're just gonna go ahead and swirl it around, swirl it back to see if there's any gold in here. Hopefully there is. I'm kind of doubting it though. All right, let's see what we got. Lots of black sand. There's a lead BB right there. That's a good sign that we are digging in the right place, at least. There's another piece of lead. There's another piece of lead right there. More lead, lots of lead. That is not gold. I thought it was for a second. Not gold. You guys see this? That is not, I don't think that's gold. Let me see. No, not gold. Couple more BBs, lead BBs. Is that gold nugget? Is that gold? Let me see. That might be, is not gold. Darn, I thought that was gold for a second. It is a piece of metal, but it's not gold. It's moving too fast. There is some gold in here. All right, I'm gonna clean out the back half of this pan. I'm gonna get rid of this back here. Some lead BBs, I'll get rid of those too. This is heavy material. All right, get some water back in there. We'll continue panning this back. I'm pretty sure we got some gold in this at least. I'm surprised we didn't get anything. Yeah, there was a piece of flour gold. I missed it. Yep, there's some flakes right there. There's actually more than I thought. Wow. Is that for real? That's actually a good amount of gold. For 2 buckets, I'm sorry, for 1 bucket. A little bit of it just floated away on the surface tension because I don't have gloves on and I'm not using jet dry. Let me pan this back one more time. That is gold. That is not. Awesome. There's probably, you know, a 50th of a gram there. It's going to take a little bit of panning to separate it out, but look at that. That is pretty darn good for 1 bucket. And there's some bigger gold in there than what I normally find. That's some chunkier flakes right there. Look at that piece. 1 bucket. Man, I thought for sure we were going to get skunked after that first crevice bucket. That's pretty good. It's not enough to weigh up. Let me clean it all the way out and then we'll take another look at it. That's awesome. There's some real fine flour gold in there as well as larger flakes. So out of 1 bucket, that is crazy good. That flake right there, that's pretty big. It's not flat either. It's kind of chunky.
All right, guys, there you have it. That was about 9.5 hours worth of work. got about 28 cents worth of gold, probably about 20 bucks worth of gas, about 100, 200 bucks worth of equipment. You know, an awesome day out on the dry creek bed with my dog. Had a great day. It was a beautiful day up the mountain, about 78 degrees up there, whereas down here in the Golden area, it's about 90 degrees today, so I had a great day up there. A lot of people like to comment saying, oh, you're wasting your time, you never find that much gold. Well, some videos I do find larger amounts of gold. It's usually not in the Colorado area, it's usually up in like Alaska or down in Australia or something like that. But to me, it's not about the gold itself. And it shouldn't be for you either, unless you're like an actual, you know, larger scale gold miner. Of course, it's always nice to find more gold than less, but in reality, when, like, say you are a disabled person or a kid, or just, you know, having a couple hours out on the river with the family, finding a couple specks of gold should be enough to make anybody happy. And for me, that's what it's all about. And hopefully that's what it's like for you guys too. And if you enjoyed this video, also, by the way, big thanks to Kevin Single for putting all that work in for making those Finding Gold in Colorado books. There's so many different places to look, and I'll link that book down below. He actually has 2 of them. That location was from the second book. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you want to see more treasure hunting videos, definitely don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked it, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that actually watched the entire video, so thanks so much for that. It really helps the show. Also, huge thanks to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right here. If you like this video, definitely consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and also checking out the video I have linked right over there. It's very relevant to what you just watched, and thanks for watching.